Welcome to a brand new episode of Third and Goal. We're back on the table. We got Ross, Justin, and myself here. Let's go. So let's get down to business right out the gate. The GOAT, Gronk, retired. Anybody see this coming?
Yes.
You look a little skeptical.
Well, my first reaction is going to be, how many GOATs are there?
I mean, in terms of tight ends, he's one of the best, most efficient tight ends, at least in our lifetime.
True.
Name a better tight end in our lifetime, I dare you. As much as we may hate the Patriots, Gronkowski was a legend. On and off the field. The guy's living.
He hasn't been the most durable, but yeah, when he's on the field.
I'm just saying. The Patriots easily probably one of their top two receivers just retired. What happens in the AFC East now that Tom Brady has lost probably one of his biggest weapons? I'm curious.
It already moved to Julian Edelman.
Yeah.
It was the Gronk show last couple seasons. It was been a Julian Edelman show already. He's already moved on to his new toy.
Yeah.
Gronk was it for a while. After Welker went to Gronk. Gronk was done.
Now here's Edelman.
I think it makes Tom Brady's play a little more predictable because now all he's got is the slot receiver, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't have that trusted tight end that he's been throwing the touchdowns to. But I think one of the things that changes is that these other teams in the AFC East, particularly I'm expecting bigger things out of the Jets this year, but it's still the Patriots division to lose. Until Belichick's not coaching that team anymore, they're going to be a tough nut to crack, but...
And the Jets are building their squad up. The acquisition of Le'Veon Bell is a big deal to me. I understand that, again, the Jets have a lot of different pieces where they probably need a couple of receivers. I think a quarterback, give the kid a few years, you got a solid one there. But they got their running back, get a couple of receivers in the draft. It could be very competitive in the AFC East for once. Ross?
I need to see it. That's still been the weakest division ever. Last 10 years. It's so bad that the Dolphins hire a Patriots coach. That doesn't work. That's going to be...
It's like, let's try everything.
That's going to be... There goes their one win against them in Miami every year. The Jets hire Adam Gase, who did what in Miami the past 2 years? They're just recycling a coach who had one good year and then went bad. They did that before with Rex Ryan. Did they really want to... he did good the 1 year in Miami and then fell apart in Miami. When they had Landry still. I had Tannehill coming up. They beat Miami. They beat them once every year, but still, say it all the time.
I think the arrow is pointing up on Sam Darnold, but I still think, like you said, the Jets probably need some higher caliber receivers before that offense is really going to be anything close to prolific. Bell being added does make things interesting. I want to see what he does this upcoming
without the receivers, guess what? All right, let's focus on Bell.
Yeah, it's easy to stack a box. But honestly, and again, we can't do hindsight 2020 too much, but I think it would have been crazy as hell if they had got Antonio Brown somehow. Could you imagine the Jets with an Antonio Brown and Le'Veon Bell and Sam Darnold? That would have been crazy. But we don't live in that world. But speaking of Oakland, the Raiders did announce that they will be staying in Oakland for another year. Surprise, surprise. Big deal, no deal. What do you guys think? It doesn't matter.
I thought this was already part of the plan. I thought they were going to stay another year in Oakland before they move out to Las Vegas.
Unless if this means another year onto that.
My thing about the whole... Oh, sorry.
I just don't care what Oakland's doing.
Yeah, and even still, the move to Las Vegas doesn't make any sense to me. In general, when you think of Las Vegas, when I think of Las Vegas, I think of tourism. So I think of a lot of... Your fan base is probably very transient.
Yeah, but the hockey proved that can be happening. Hockey has proven that, yes, they had a stacked team, but the Vegas Knights, PR fans showed up. Watching the Stanley Cup against the Cavs, they had fans that everyone that's basically does live in Vegas, from other places. A lot of people. But NHL proved it can be done. Main thing, Oakland, they're tired of playing in a baseball stadium.
Yeah. I think Oakland, honestly, I've been saying that for years. Oakland shot themselves in the foot when they didn't build a proper football stadium. I think if they had to build a proper football stadium, if they had the money and resources to do so, the Raiders wouldn't even be talking about moving. Yeah. But I'm just gonna let you know from playing football. I've never actually played legit football on a football team because I've been great, blessed enough to play on real fields. But even playing like backyard football at like Barlow, I mean, no, you just don't play football on a baseball field.
But I like the move. I mean, I
Yeah.
think why be one of 4 or 5 teams in California?
Yeah,
What's the point?
California is stacked. So yeah, the new market makes sense because it's like when you think of Nevada, there's a lot of states that surround it. Nevada has Utah right next door, and then you can take some of that Denver market away. Then you have what is it? Nevada? I mean, not Nevada, Montana, and you have Wyoming. There's a lot of states around Nevada that can play a decent sized market enough. Yeah. Of course, there's only like 12 people that live in Montana, but that's a different story for a different day.
But diehard fans.
Yeah, they would be diehard fans. Dude, they're traveling. So, I mean, the move does make sense, but at the same time, it's Oakland. So, moving on to the most recent story that was just released right before we actually went on set. Offensive and defensive pass interference calls and non-calls are now reviewable.
Don't be looking at me.
How about them Rams, buddy?
Your team's the reason this is brought up so much.
Let's talk about it.
Well, what does this really mean, though? Does this mean you'll be able to challenge them as penalties?
I think so, because even as Ravens fans, Ross, me and you can talk about this for hours. There's so many bullshit calls. I mean, essentially, they should just name this, just stop being PC and name this the bullshit call rule, because there have been so many bullshit calls that just need to be reviewed. It never made sense to me.
I don't know if it happened. The one thing I was liking the idea, the Ravens were really pushing it, was having an official in the booth.
Yeah.
That could make these non-calls like the one that happened in the NFC Championship game or anything else. But it sounds like it's more going to be, you can challenge it, you'd lose, they're going to challenge, that's one of your challenges. Yeah. I'm assuming under the 2-minute warning, possibly it'll be...
I'm curious to know how that's going to go. Because I'm even thinking when it was that Saints versus Rams game, it was under the 2-minute when that pass interference call was called, right? Was it before 2 minutes or was it outside of that? I don't remember.
Well, it was pretty damn late in the game.
It was late as hell in the game. But I think this is actually cool, and I think this is actually amazing because it gives coaches a chance. Like, how many bullshit calls have we seen? You give the referees a chance to go back and pray to God that they're impartial and they can make a good decision, though they didn't make the good decision in the first place because they either missed or called a bad call. So you're hoping really that, I saw it, so this works. But I don't know. I think this is a great rule. Obviously, new rules come out every single year now, it seems like. And some of them are shit, and some of them, they hit them right on the head.
Be in place this year, we reviewed next offseason.
Yeah.
Well, the thing I don't get about is, like, why not just say anything's reviewable, but you only get, like, 2 challenges. So, like, I mean, if you're going to say, hey, I think number 58 over here was holding, can you take a look at that?
Well, because as they say, there's holding on every play. Gerald can probably contest that better than anyone. I've played games as a defensive lineman.
And offensive lineman, actually.
I mean, I've played flag football as an offensive lineman, so you can see.
Yeah.
But there's holding on every play.
There's holding every fucking play.
And there's also holding pass interference every play. It's more to get the calls.
Yeah.
Like you like to know that happened in your game.
I will say that. And you got to think. I mean, yes, holding calls can, be pivotal in a game. But how many times has a pass interference call determined a game, or a lack of pass interference call determined a game? No shots at you, but your game was the reason. This does happen in more games than that one. The non-calls happen more than not. Oh, yeah. So, when you have that... I mean, how many times have we seen it? The receiver going for the flag, like, hey, where's my flag? Now the coach can say, well, here you go, buddy. Let's see what happened. And they can make a call from that. Now, again, it's not like they're getting more, reviews. No, they still, as far as I know, far as we know, it's still, you get 2.5. So, I mean, it's still like, shit, do I really want to blow it on this one? I will say, Sean Payton probably wish he could have blown one in that fourth quarter. Might have been a different Super Bowl. Might have been a different Super Bowl party. Who knows?
He probably also wishes that Stephon Diggs didn't catch some ridiculous pass, but that's football.
God, that was awesome. No, that was just because the safety didn't tackle for shit.
Yeah, that had nothing. That was pure,
They'll hit the hit stick button mad early.
that was all player based. No outside factors involved. That's their safety to know how to.
And has anybody still found Stephon Diggs' helmet? That helmet went flying. Like, I'm still looking for that helmet. But let's get to the game ball. Game ball goes to none other than Rob Gronkowski. This is a no-brainer. Let's go. Let's talk about it. 520 receptions, 7,861 yards, 79 touchdowns, 5-time Pro Bowler, 4-time All-Pro, and 3-time Super Bowl champ.
And have the only highlight worth remembering from this last Super Bowl.
Yes. Now, whether you like the Patriots or not, you can't deny how good this man is. Rob Gronkowski, congratulations to a great career.
Might have been a big
One of the most
meathead.
likable people on the Patriots. Probably one of the only likable people on the
I
Patriots.
still keep calling him a meathead.
Yeah.
Brady told him early in the season, we can do this forever.
Yeah.
He clearly doesn't want to do it forever.
Clearly, he doesn't want to do it forever. So, he retired on top. Congrats to an awesome career, bro. But that does it for our show. Whether you're watching on ThisIsLitTube.com or YouTube, don't forget to like and subscribe. Stay tuned, share our videos. We got tons more coming. Take care.
You know what it is, come on.